Welcome back to the Trick or Treat Cal. This is the exciting week because now all of your panels are done, and be sure to refer to your chart and your pattern so that it's all sewn together beautifully and you can admire all of the hard work that you have done. Good job to you. So now what we're going to be doing is our pumpkin border as well as our spooky cobwebs. So let's go. For this next part here, I am going to be showing you how to do the border. Now, at this point, you'll already have your wings sewn on as well as your ears, and you're going to have a whole blanket already put together. But for sake of ease, so I'm not wrestling during this tutorial, I am going to show you on a blank square. We're going to start by using our light gray mix. So go ahead and insert your hook into that corner there. Grab the yarn, like so, and you're going to chain 1, 2, and 3. That's going to count as a stitch. And then nice and easy, we are going to double crochet all the way across. Now I'm only going to be doing a little bit here. You're going to be going the whole way around your blanket. So go ahead and continue crocheting and I'll meet you on the other side. Now as we've made our way back to our first corner, what we're going to do is we're going to work 1 double crochet into that corner. We're going to chain 2. We're then going to slip stitch into the top of that chain 3. And before I progress any further, I wanted to tell you that our corners are a little bit different than what we've done in other corners. The reason being is we're doing 1 double crochet, chaining 2, and then doing another double crochet. Be sure to refer to your pattern frequently. Now we're going to chain 3, 1, 2, and 3, and then we are going to double crochet 3. 1 and 2 and 3. Now we're going to grab our orange yarn, and before you get too excited, we're not going to be changing yarn in the same way we usually do. It's going to be a little bit different. We're going to go ahead and grab that orange yarn. You're going to kind of just loop it on there and then hold on to it like this. We're going to yarn over, insert our hook into that next stitch, yarn over, pull through. We're going to do that for a total of 7 times. So we just did 1 and 2. Be sure to give yourself some length. Don't be too tight here. Loosen up. And 3 and 4 and 5 and 6 and 7. And what I like to do at the end is just pull up a little bit so that you make sure you have a nice even amount there. We're going to yarn over and pull through all of the orange. We're now going to have 2 loops on our hook and this weird little tail. So I like to just grab that weird little tail and pull it to the back. Now we're going to take our gray yarn. So you've dropped the orange. Grab the gray, yarn over and pull through those. Now this right here is a stitch. We're then going to double crochet 3 and carry your orange, please. And 1 and 2 and 3. And then we're going to pull that there, and you can pull there. Look at that. We have a cool little pumpkin. All right, we're going to do that again. This one will be easier because your yarn is already there. Drop your gray to the back. We're going to yarn over, insert our hook, yarn over, pull through. Make sure you've got some height. And then we'll do that 6 more times for a total of doing that 7 times. And 2, and 3, and 4, and 5, and 6, and 7. Again, make sure that your stitches are the same height. Yarn over and pull through all those orange loops. You'll have 2 loops left on your hook, 1 orange, 1 gray. We're going to drop the orange to the back. We're going to pick up our gray. We're going to yarn over and pull through those 2 loops. And then we're going to double crochet 3. Be sure to carry your orange yarn. Push that stitch forward. We're going to continue in this fashion of doing 3 double crochets in gray and then switching back to then do the pumpkin. So repeat that all the way along. And if you're somebody who crochets really tight, please make sure that you loosen your grip and pull up a bit so that your pumpkins are nice and plump. You've just come all the way around your blanket. Have you counted your pumpkins? There's plenty. There's enough for a whole patch. Now, I'm just going to be showing you this little bit here. We've already done our corner. I'm already at the part where we chain 1 and continue. So let's add our stalks. So we're going to do 1, 2, 3, and 4. And we're going to do something a little bit different. We're going to grab our green yarn, put it onto our hook, much like we did with our pumpkin. We're then going to insert our hook to where that kind of like the top of the pumpkin is. You're going to yarn over and pull through. We've got 3 loops on our hook right now. We're going to yarn over with the green and pull through only the 2 green loops. So now we've got a green loop and a gray loop. We're then going to drop the green. We'll pick up the gray. We'll yarn over and pull through both of those. And then we will carry our green. We'll single crochet into the next 3. 1, 2, and 3. We'll then do that same exact thing. So go ahead and drop your gray yarn. I just dropped mine onto the floor. You're going to yarn over, insert your hook, yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through only the green. We're going to drop that down. We're going to yarn over and pull through. We're then going to single crochet 3, 1, and 2, and 3. We're then going to do that again. So yarn over, insert your hook, yarn over, pull through, drop that down, pick up the gray. Excuse me. And we're just going to continue in that fashion until all of your little pumpkins have their stalks. And if you notice any of your pumpkins needing a little puffing, feel free to manipulate the yarn there so that they're not ugly. And by this point, all of your wonderful pumpkins have their cute little stems, and this will be our last round of the pumpkin border. So what you're going to do is you're going to be extremely happy because it is just single crocheting along. So we're going to single crochet in each stitch around. Just like so. Look at that. Wonderful. Excellent. So you'll do that all the way around. Look at how clean that looks. Beautiful. So for this next part, we're going to be doing our cobwebs. I have started with a chain of 22, and next we are going to treble crochet into the 6th chain from the hook. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Chain 1, and then we're going to treble another one in there. And we're basically just going to be repeating this until we have 5 trebles worked into here. So I'll just show you how that's done. Chain 1. We chain 1 again. And chain 1. And then we chain 1 and we skip 3 and slip stitch into the 4th. So 1, 2, 3, and 4. Next, we're going to slip stitch into the next 4. One and 2 and 3 and 4. We're going to chain 3 and turn. 1, 2, and 3. Turn your work. We're then going to work a treble in the top of that treble. So insert to the top of that treble there. And then you're going to repeat that. So chain 3 and then treble into the top of the treble. Chain 3 again. And treble into the top of the treble. And see the sequence? We'll chain 3, treble on top of the treble, and then chain again. 1, 2, and 3. Chain 3, 1, skip 1, and then treble. So then we're going to chain 9. And then we are going to treble on top of that treble. Whoops. Then we're going to chain 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And then treble on top of the treble. One, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Treble on top of the treble. And then chain 5 again. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Treble on top of the treble. One, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Treble on top of the treble. Then we're going to chain 5. We're going to skip 3. 1, 2, and 3. We're going to slip stitch into the 4th. And then we are going to slip stitch into the next 4. I'll show you what that looks like. Amazing. For this next round, we're going to be adding our picots. So I will show you how to do that. We're going to start by chaining 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. Turn. We're going to treble on top of our treble to start off with. So go ahead and do that. And here's the fun part. We're going to chain 5 and then slip stitch into that first chain that we do. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Slip stitch into that first chain. Just like that. Makes like a little notch at the end of your cobweb. You're going to chain 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. You're going to treble crochet into the top of that treble. Then you'll do another picot, which is chain 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And then slip stitch into that there. And you're just going to repeat that. So let's do that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. Treble. And 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Slip stitch into that first chain. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Treble. Whoops. And chain 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Being sure to slip stitch into that first chain. And then we'll chain 7 again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Treble crochet into the top of that treble. 1, 2. And then chain 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Slip stitch into that first one. And then we're going to chain 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. We are going to skip. Whoops. Let me count here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. Here, though, we are going to skip 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And we're going to treble somehow my hook has gotten tangled in there. Try that again. Here we are. We're going to skip 5, insert our hook and treble. And there we have a cobweb. So we've just completed our first cobweb. We're going to do 5 along the top, but what we're going to do is for this one we've chained 22. Next we're going to chain 25. That way we've got 3 chains in between our cobwebs so that there's breathing space. Now this means that for your last cobweb of your 5, you're only going to chain 22 like we had done here. And then you're going to do the exact same on the bottom of your blanket. Imagine I've got my blanket underneath here. You're going to take your cobwebs and you're going to lay them along the border. And you're going to take your stitch markers and you're going to loosely stitch marker them to your blanket to make sure that they're evenly spaced and that you're happy with them. And then as soon as you're happy with them, you take your gray and you sew them on in the same fashion that we had sewn our cat panel. And if you've got any yarn left over, this makes a really good bunting. So you just make a whole bunch of cobwebs together and hang them up around your home. Well, it's been lovely seeing you, and this has been a great Cal. Thank you so much for joining me and the Sirdar team for this Halloween blanket. I hope you love your blanket, and please post pictures of it in our Facebook group so that we can admire all of the beautiful stitches you have done. Now, remember, if you need anything, swing on over to the Sirdar website. We do Cals like this regularly, and all of them are done by different amazing artists, such as myself. And if you're inspired by my work, I do lots of other fun, colorful work. I'm Happy Crochet Lady across all platforms. So thank you again, and I'll see you, well, hopefully I'll see you. If not, he sees you. Bye, guys.